What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we are back with another Marvel Snap video. And the patch is finally live, and we have confirmed officially that that leak was actually true. So, I wanted to run through these patch notes, give some of my thoughts, break them down for any new players who might not know what the deal is going down, all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Bootman, and yeah, my real name's Chris, aka Bootman. And yeah, if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love breaking down decks, cards, strategy. I enjoy helping people reach infinite. It is a fun thing I like to do, so you don't want to miss out. And we're trying to hit 7,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so help us do that. And you'll be a part of a really cool community. We got a Discord server down in the link below, and follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. I'm doing monthly giveaways for the season pass, but you got to be following me on Twitter. All right, so let's get started. All right, let me switch my little view here. Nope, there we go. There's that view. So yeah, anyways, I actually just recorded a different video and was about to start editing it. And the second I finished, this patch went live. So that video will come out later. I just got Darkhawk. The card is insane. So yeah, I'll release that video later this afternoon. Let's get this thing going. So for those of you who are unaware, but if you're part of the community, you probably know the patch notes were leaked last week on a Korean website, right? And I was extremely skeptical. I was everywhere. I'm like, I'm not making a video on this. I think I mentioned it, right? But I was so skeptical. The way they were written seemed ridiculous. Some of the notes on there seemed silly. So I was like, I'm not making a video on this. I was saying, I'm like, everybody be skeptical. These might be real, but I'm guessing not, right? Then Ben Brode came out and he actually confirmed the leader one, okay? So I'm like, I'm still skeptical because some of these notes, like, here's what I said. I said, if these notes are real, I'm gonna question the decision-making of the developers. Like, and they are real, so now I'm questioning the decision-making of the developers. And let's go through and discuss why, all right? So, I'm just gonna kind of breeze through some of these, like some of them are just like very technical, whatever. But yeah, so if you haven't updated your game yet, get the latest in the App Store, cool, will do. Patch highlights, artist credits, very cool. You can now tap the variant label above the cards in your collection to see information about who the illustrators are. Ooh, that's cool. I wasn't really sure what the artist illustrations are. General updates. The collection view automatically filters to your favorite variants when editing a deck. Nice. When cards trigger each other in a loop that lasts too long, the game will now fast forward to the end of the loop. We're looking at you, Wong, Onslaught, Mystique, Ironheart. Nice. That's very cool. You know, the one that bothers me is like the Khazar grunts, right? When Khazar and then you drop like what is it? Ultron and just like no. Orca's issues has been fixed, and the card is now in Series 4. Cool. Russian language support. Nice. For new players who want to jump right in, we're releasing a one-time purchase pro bundle with 12,500 credits and enough boosters to upgrade 8 cards from common to infinity. All right, so this is going to be $99. All right, I don't know if maybe I can bring this up on the screen. Let me see here, because I was just tweeting about it. Did I mention to follow me on Twitter? You might want to do that. So, where is it? Here it is. So here is the Pro Bundle. This is $99 US. That was in like British pounds. But here's a US view. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, my main questions are, and this is what I said on Twitter, is I need somebody who's better at math than I am. It'll probably be someone like Jeff, because he's like a math guy. He has like a degree in math and like was a college teacher and stuff. But anyways, here's my 2 questions. One, how many tokens ideally should someone get from getting this bundle, all right? Because really, that's all we care about, right? Let's be honest with each other. That's all we care about. Okay? And then how much cheaper are these credits than just straight up using gold? All right? If you know, if you're a math person, down in the comments below, holler at me, let me know, right? Like if I spent $99 on gold, how many credits would I get? If I spent $99 on this, how many credits would I get? You see what I mean? So if you're a math person, let me know. So I'm still on the fence about this, but like I always say to all of you, just remember, us content creators, we make money from our videos, which pays for stuff like this. Do not break the bank for these. Make sure that they are a value. Usually Marvel Snap is pretty good about it. The only ones that are like questionable are the variant bundles, because like, what is the quote unquote value of those? They're cosmetics. You know what I mean? It's like you buying like a fancy t-shirt or, you know, dress or purse or whatever your clothing thing is, right? It's a very subjective thing. With this, I can objectively see like what the value is, what it's doing, and then, you know, if I'm getting tokens or whatever, right? So, pro thing, reserves now reward different amounts of collector's tokens, since once you collect all series 3, the individual amounts vary from 200 to 600 instead of only 400. However, the token earning rate remains the same. So I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it was after your series 3 complete, you get tokens like 1 out of every 4 collector's reserves, something like that. And since I just finished series 3 and I mentioned it in the video I have coming up, I'm getting 400 token bundle reserves, a lot more. So I'm getting tokens a lot faster. I can get more cards, which is dope, okay? Now, here's the thing, and this might be a whole different video, okay? So make sure you're subscribed. I've seen some people talking about this because this was leaked as well. Ben Brodus commented on this, and this creates a variation. So 2 things, I'm from Las Vegas. 3 things, I'm from Las Vegas. I am a former addict, drug addict and alcoholic, okay? I've worked in addiction treatment. I read a lot of books about addiction, psychology, and everything like that. So the 3rd thing is, because I'm from Vegas and think a lot about psychology and addiction, my main question is why? Why did they do this, okay? Because variable rewards, all right, like a slot machine, that gets people more hooked. So my question is, and I try to always think of, you know, Second Dinner and everybody really in good faith. My question is, why? Why did they do this? Okay. I believe one of Ben Brode's quotes said something about like just a little bit more variation, not so monotonous, you know, but I'm like, eh, is that the full truth? You know what I mean? So my question is why. Like I said, I might make a full video on this later, and you'll learn about behaviorism and all sorts of fun psychology stuff. So if you're a nerd like myself for that, you don't want to miss that. All right. Audio, new location sounds. I usually play with sound off unless I'm recording a video, so you guys have a little action going on. New card sounds for Aero and Polaris. Art and visual effects. New visual effects for Aero and Polaris. There's so many cards that need like more visual effects. Okay, so here's what everybody's been waiting for. Balance updates. Balance. All right, let's see if this is really balanced. Okay, um, Aero, going from a 5/8 to a 5/7. Aero's effects can be very powerful, disruption and control tool. While previously we buffed Aero up to her stat line, players have since learned to utilize her to great effect. So we think it's appropriate to reduce her power a little bit. Now, um, Aero, like, it's still going to be a viable card. Everybody said this, like, nobody's going to stop using Aero. Like, Aero, it's never her power that really bothers me. It's just like, oh my God, you just moved my freaking card. Like, I don't use Aero. Like, I messed around with a leader deck at first and whatever, but yeah, that was it. Galactus. Here's the one that had me questioning the decision making of the developers. All right, like I'm like, if this is true, now I'm gonna question every decision you guys make from here going forward. All right, I made an entire video about logical fallacies and the appeal to authority. Like, these people are in charge, therefore they are right and know what they are doing. This this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so Galactus has been reduced from a 6/3 to a 6/2. Even at the highest ranks of play, Galactus and decks using him are demonstrating concerningly high cube gain and win rates. Not all of these decks overtly herald his approach, and the range of cards that can complement him has proven wide and difficult for some decks to counter. We're taking 1 power away from Galactus now and evaluating whether or not we should make more meaningful changes to his design in the future. Okay, so the description of this has changed a little bit. Good, but this makes me question it. Galactus, I made an entire video about how to counter Galactus, okay? Galactus is not a hard card to counter. You see him coming from a mile away. But one of the benefits of Galactus is that he is low power, okay? You do not want to go in, if you're a Galactus player, you do not want to go into the final turn with turn priority, okay? Because me, as a Shang-Chi player, if you're a Galactus and you're about to drop Null, Death, whatever, if I go second, I am exploding their faces. What they have done with this has made it so Galactus is more likely to not have turn priority. That, my friends, is a buff, all right? Galactus was in my shop the other day, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get Galactus, but I just jokingly said on Twitter, you know, since I was wrong about these updates, like, maybe I should have got Galactus. Like, you guys just buffed him. You put him under the nerfs category and you buffed him. So, like I said, I am now questioning everything that these developers are doing because that does not make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Like, there are so many developers, there are so many card game players and stuff like that. Did this not cross their minds? Like, in my opinion, just leave the card alone. Like, it seems, because you'll see when we get into the leader one, it seems like they're just like, we gotta do something now and we'll figure the rest out later, right? And like, I get that, but like with this, you just made the card stronger. Your goal is to make it a nerf, you made the card stronger and you said, we'll deal with the rest later. Like, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone because you just made the card better. So now it's like whenever they make a decision, like this is even furthermore why you should not believe in the appeal to authority, because anybody playing this game, and now that you understand the strategy behind it, you should know this is not good going up against Galactus. All right, end of rant. Leader, 6'4" to 6'3". Leader's effect is proving to be very frustrating in many players and polarizing in its ability to lock down games and discouraging playing against some other 6-cost cards. We are taking a bit of power away from him for now and exploring further changes to the card in the future. So this right here makes a lot more sense with than Galactus, right? Leader, that, like, it's not gonna matter, right? I've never like when Leader comes out and makes me wanna like flip my table or drive my head through a wall, it's never because I lost by 1 power, okay? Like I've seen some other creators seem like, see, look, that 1 power, it'll make a difference. No, no, Leader comes out because somebody played him in like a move deck or something stupid and I wasn't expecting it, and like, it's just all bad. It's all a mess, okay? So yeah, so like, cool, they changed this. It might help a little bit. It'll help a lot more than Galactus, but for both of them, they say, more meaningful changes in the future, exploring further changes in the future. Like I've heard a lot of people say like they need a complete rework on this card. Next up is Nova. Nova's effect makes him much stronger than an average 1-cost card, so we don't think it's appropriate that he has the stats of an average 1-cost card. They're making him taking from a 1/2 to a 1/1. I don't care. Like I use Nova quite a bit. Like he's in my Magentris deck. Whatever. Like I've never won a game with like thank God Nova was there, not destroyed. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that second power right there. So like, I don't know. It's just like that seems like it was a waste of time. Whoever was assigned to this task of coding Nova to be one less, I don't know if it was worth the time. All right, so okay, now let's get into some of the kind of cool stuff. All right, so Drax, da, da, da. If your opponent played a card here this turn +4 power, they're moving it to a 4/5 from a 4/4 if your opponent played a card here. Same thing with Groot, from a 3/3 to a 3/4, because Groot gets +2 power. We believe the Guardians of the Galaxy effects are fun moments, but they can feel too sink or swim. We're giving Drax and Groot a small buff to their baselines to make them less risky to play and hopefully open them up as more viable contenders in the 3 and 4-cost slots. That's cool. Anybody who knows me, sees me making videos talking about this stuff, I am not a fan of cards that only work if the opponent does something on that lane. Like, I am, like, maybe it's just my brain's broken in that type of strategy. I just always miss. I always miss. Like, not always, okay? Like, I have like a 3% success rate, okay? But anyways, like, this is cool. I don't know if I'll be using them more. Drax is a 4-cost, so he does work well with Zabu. I see people using Drax a bit more. I do have a really cool Drax variant that I want to use more often. So this is kind of cool. And then Groot, people have been using in Surfer decks. So yeah, if they miss, they just have like a little bit more power. Very cool. Hazmat, this is nice. I just got a new Hazmat variant, so I'm very happy about that. And I got Luke Cage from a collector's reserve. So very cool. Yeah, so now I can use Hazmat a little bit more because she's been buffed from a 2/1 to 2/2. What was the logic behind this though? While we were aware of Hazmat combo deck that may feel strong, Hazmat is actually doing fairly poorly overall. We're giving the deck she enables a small buff with this update. Yeah, like anybody, like I haven't seen anybody complain about the Hazmat Luke Cage combo, right? Like when it works, it's great, but I've run a couple variations of this deck and like it like has to work. Like you have to get like the Luke Cage, Wong, Hazmat or like Moon Girl Hazmat. You have to have Luke Cage out there or you blow yourself up too. So buff Hazmat all you want, like still the viable like decks with her are very niche and they're kind of like these novelty decks. Black Cat. This is also a weird one. This one's kind of like Nova to me. Black Cat buffing her from a 3/6 to 3/7. Black Cat sees virtually no play, so we're giving her an extra power to make running her more worthwhile. Like, I don't know. Like some of this stuff, and like every time I like criticize the developers, I'm like, oh God, do they watch my channel? Am I like screwing up a potential relationship with them? But hey, tough love, baby. We grow by getting criticisms. But anyways, like I'm looking at this, I'm like, do you guys even play the game? Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, tell me down in the comments below. Are you gonna put Black Cat like in a non-discard deck? Like maybe like a Surfer deck. Like she just changed into like a, just as powerful as Maximus, but like, I don't know, man. Like the only use I see for Black Cat is like, and it's she's powerful for what she is when you put her in a discard deck with Hela, right? Like she's a free discard, okay? Even at 3/6, you pop Hela, you're getting 6 power on the board. You know what I mean? Like, that's already pretty decent. So will anybody use her outside of that? I don't know. Like I said, maybe in a discard deck. But the problem is, if if you have her starting in your hand, right? Like, and you're not using a Hella deck, like, see ya. Like, I wasted a slot in my 12 slot deck, So use at your own risk. Like, cool, I guess. Here's Nakia. I can't remember if they had this in the leak. Like, they definitely had Nakia, but I don't know if they had what they were doing to her. So they've taken Nakia from a 3/1 to a 3/2. We think Nakia's effect is a fun mechanic to play with, but she's currently seeing very little success. We're hoping a small buff will make her a more appealing option. Like, this is like, that's useless to me. I was hoping, because I don't know if they said they were just, like, buffing her with power. Like, I was hoping that they would make it so, like, she, buffed, like, the first 3 cards in your hand, right? I was like, maybe, like, your full hand would be a little too much, but, yeah, she buffs the first 3 cards. Like, this right here, I wouldn't play her anymore, right? Like, I don't know. I see a lot of people, and there are people who play card games longer than I have, more than I have, and like they know how like one power makes such a huge difference. Like for me, I'm like, nah, man. Like I need some changes, baby. I need some like real changes to these cards, not just like here's one, here's a +1, here's a -1. My job's done for the day, you know. Yeah, just not a fan. I'm not going to use Nakia anymore. Location updates and bug fixes. Here's where I'm happy. I'm gonna breeze through these. Okay, Oscorp Tower will no longer swap cards. Card size of Professor X is there. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't use Professor X. Raft and Vibranium Mines, text only updates. Okay, wonder what the text says. That's interesting. Warrior Falls will appear less often. Oh, so I'm guessing Warrior Falls isn't in this list? Okay, because Warrior Falls, that delay bug like drives me bonkers. Like sometimes I legitimately just try to win the other lanes just so I don't have to see Warrior Falls do the little "Huh," and then like wait for an hour. So location improvements for titles, fixed an issue that would cause players to get kicked out of games when Black Panther activated many times in a turn. Don't think I ever ran into that. Fixed an issue that caused some card buffs not to be added if there were multiple doubling effects active at the same time. Not sure if I saw that. This This right here, this right here made the patch worth it for me. Attillin activating no longer causes game to get stuck. Like, we've all been there where you're just in a game, right? You're in the heat of the moment, and you're just like, all right, planning your strategy, and then Attillin goes, and you're just sitting there for like 5 minutes as that little effect goes off, and you and your opponent are just spamming emojis like, what just happened? Arg, you know? So God. Thank God. Like, the location is annoying enough that you're getting rid of my hand when I have a good one, but that is just like salt in the wound. Um, Fix an issue that causes shop timers to break if you change device time. Power values larger than 2 digits no longer display stretched. Fix an issue with certain locations stalling the game. Oh, you did. You guys did it. Oh, all right, second dinner. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm happy with this update. All right. Never mind everything I said about the card updates. Guys, so you're fixing these locations. I'm a happy camper. Deadpool now displays correct power when he's destroyed while temporarily buffed. Updated carousel season pass to say season pass instead of battle pass. Fix an issue that causes certain cards to display with stretched textures if upgrading to common and uncommon. At the end of a match. I don't know if I've seen that. Updating Time Stone to grant energy even if it's destroyed. Not a Thanos player, so I'm not sure what that is. Isle of Silence visual effects are no longer split. Okay, yeah, I think I know what they're talking about with that. Like, kind of looks a little goofy. The title page scroll will now goes in the correct direction. Oh, okay. Fix an issue in the rewards claim tutorial that could result in player getting stuck. Reposition the sort filter buttons on iOS. Huh, I use iOS. Oh, let's see what that looks like. Tapping location 2 after a Attillin activates no longer displays a random card instead of the location preview. All right, cool. There's some other issues like that. I forgot what the pattern is, but when you have like a card in your hand or something and like, or location switch, is that what they're talking about? No, there's like location swaps, right? I forgot the name of the locations, but then like you click on your card and it shows you the old, like it's weird. Remove the navigation bar from showing on certain screens where it should not. The fast upgrade section should no longer disappear from the shop. Buy buttons no longer disappear if you've purchased variant in the shop and the shop refreshes. Season pass spotlight cards, variant text no longer overlaps with the card itself. Intern button should no longer show 1-6 and then 0-6, then 1-6 again after the start of the match. Cool. Sometimes some stuff with that intern button, it throws me off and it's lost me a couple of games. I don't know if this is what will fix it. I think mine has been like, it's been like delays where I'll be like, oh, it's turn 3, but it was actually like turn 4, or oh, it's turn 5, but it was actually turn 6, stuff like that. This is an issue that will cause players to sometimes get stuck at 25% into the loading bar. Okay. Known issues. All right. I'm gonna leave this down below. This video is longer than I expected. You can go through the known issues down here that they are working on. But yeah, overall, like there's some cool stuff. There's definitely some cool stuff. Like I said, the location fixes for me makes it all worth it. Like those stuff are just like real big annoyances. As far as the character stuff, I gave you my thoughts. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. I will be looking around to see what other creators say. Like maybe I'm a big old dum-dum and I'm completely wrong about this. But yeah, when it got leaked, I've been thinking about this for the last week and I'm not a fan, not a fan. And then like some of these like just like useless ones, I'm just like, we'll see. We'll see if they start seeing more play because you made Nakia a 3-1 or a 3-2 instead of a 3-1. We'll see if she's the star of the game now. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. Like I said, I have a Darkhawk video coming out, already recorded. That'll be out later today. I wanted to just pump this out, so make sure you are subscribed and head down to the description, join our Discord server, follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. That's linked down below as well. I'm giving away season passes every single month. You got to follow me on Twitter, all right? So yeah, that's it for now. I will see you a little bit later today when the Darkhawk video comes out. Peace.